God. But that's not really freedom. That's not really choosing something. Because if you don't choose out of love, it's not real love. It's not a real relationship. And that's why it just upsets me because it's like you're actually condemning them. You're not producing real growth from the person. So that's why I get so upset because you're either gonna turn them away and they're not gonna really like the Christ life. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but it should feel good to your soul. It shouldn't feel condemning. Or you're gonna make them, or they're going to join Christ, but through condemnation and out of fear, out of going to hell, instead of I want to join this because I love God. I want to join this because of the peace that I get from it. I want to join this not because it's going to just stop my suffering, but I'm going to have tools and a God that's going to be there with me as I go through it. And people don't talk about that. They just, you ain't supposed to be sinning. And it's like, I mean, no, you're not. But at the same time, like, that's your only focus. And so it's really morality and not really Christianity.
And God, imagine that you completely, you have the most amazing willpower and you just got yourself to not sin. And you say, God, are you going to accept me in? And he's like, no, I don't care what you did all these things for me, but you don't love me.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all of these works. It's like people always love to say, in the verses in there, and it's very true, faith without works is dead. But do you know works without faith is also dead? Because what did the Bible say? If you gain the world and lose your soul, what
is it?
What gain is it? What profit is it to gain the world and lose your soul, or to gain anything and do it out of and not to do it out of a love for God? Like you are working so hard to the point. It's like,
and
it's just about balance.
I don't even want to get off topic, but
no, it's just about balance. It's not to say that you shouldn't work with everything in you, but working with everything in you is more about accuracy and less about effort. It's less about using all the energy you have, and then you can't get it done. And I don't. There was it was in the movie Exodus, and I don't know if it was. I do know that in Exodus, Pharaoh did not want to treat his slaves right.
Mm-hmm.
He was not doing what he needed to do. He said they need to work harder. They're not going to eat until so. And then if you look in the movie, it shows, well, how did they get this done so fast? Well, because I fed them, and what I don't know. I think I looked it up and I saw that wasn't that part of the story wasn't actually in the Bible. They have some interpretation.
Oh, okay.
But the fact still remains, the principle that you're focused on people's work, like the mindset that the Pharaoh had to push those people.
Mm-hmm.
And people think, well, they're going to respect me because I'm doing what's best for you. But you're not, though. You're doing, you think force, pressure. And God's like, I'm starting to think that you don't trust me at all. And you're trying to take my position.
You would know that too by people who don't really have a Sabbath. And it's like, you don't rest at all. That's why when I look at it like that, when I look at you have all work and no faith, I look at, are you able to rest? That shows you if you got faith. And also it shows you if you have faith by what value are you losing by trying to gain the world? You're probably going to lose peace. Are you giving up your value of your body? You said your body is a holy temple. Are you giving up the value of your body by trying to gain the world? A lot of people lose sleep, friendships, family. You know how many people work so hard that they lose the family that God gave them? It's like, come on, you're working backwards. And so you gain the whole world, but you lose your soul. You lose your peace. You lose your joy. And you lose maybe your life. A lot of people lose their life in the process. Can't remember the comedian's name. He committed suicide. Can we say that? I don't know.
Robin Williams.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can say that word.
Probably say deleted himself, but I
Deleted
don't know.
himself.
I guess it depends on the type of, I don't know.
I don't want to get you flagged or anything for saying.
Maybe on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Well, he deleted himself, and but he's not a one of one story. Many people will get fame and stuff, but your joy is gone, your peace is gone, and you delete yourself. That's you gaining the whole world, lose your soul. And I'm not even judging him, but I'm saying this is real of people who do that. And I know that's off topic from the Pharisees, but it's like,
Well, no.
that's something that people need to look into. If you only categorize success as monetary gain or fame or whatever, then you're really missing out on what true success could be when there's so many more pieces.
Yeah. The word success, people think this is people that want success and people that despise people that have success. A lot of times they're thinking about money.
Exactly.
It's like, success isn't money for the people that are just trying to get it and hustle grind mentality, and the people that despise that are seeing people that are addicted to it. Now success has a bad connotation when God himself told us to that you be in good health and wealth. God wants us to obtain wealth.
Yeah, they usually go to either extreme. It's real sad.
And you know what? That's what it is.
Sounds like a Pharisee.
Because Pharisees are not just... It's a Pharisee. That's the answer. No.
Yeah.
A Pharisee is not just a Christian, right? It's not just like in the Bible, these were the religious leaders, for sure. That's what they were. But now, the modern day Pharisee, we are taking everything to the extreme. Am I conservative? No, I'm a diehard Republican. Trump can't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is Pharisee mindset.
Exactly.
So also a Pharisee mindset, Democrat, pro women, and then I'm pro whatever people think they're women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too extreme. Like, I have, like, if you're Democrat, we can have a peaceful conversation.
What is
if
that
you're,
scripture?
If
Go
you're,
ahead. I gotta look this up.
If you're a conservative, we can have a good conversation. But the extremism of it, to where we are not trying to understand each other anymore because we know it all. Self-righteous. And it's so funny. I see this so much that the Pharisee can tell who the Pharisees are. The only Pharisee they can't see is the one that's looking in the mirror. So as soon as I practice this, when I'm looking at someone that I think is a Pharisee or has traits of a Pharisee, I immediately look at, like, for one thing, like a pet peeve of mine. If someone's talking to you so long and holding you in a conversation, or like if someone's holding you to do a podcast you don't want to do, obviously. But if someone's holding you in a conversation, and then I think, Ashley, you know that you do that sometimes. So I have to check that. I ain't even got a question. I know I do that sometimes. I know I'm talking to people.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
I know that I
I
talk
was
to
talking to
people.
Ashley. I don't know what she
I
did.
caught you looking so ugly.
Who, me?
Well, I mean, you caught up every second of this episode. I mean, because no, it's fine.
I'm just trying to give a little variety.
But that's
She's so bored. She's trying to do anything she can to make sure you just
Crazy.
podcast
Trying to lose
entertain
my
her.
mind.
Just listen to the combo. The combo
Crazy.
good, baby. The combo good. I
can't
promise.
multitask. I'm tired.
Don't multitask there. Just
Go
focus
ahead.
on this.
all right. Just stop what you're doing and focus on the Lord's work.
God gonna bless us and then we gonna bless
I'm
you.
focusing.
Yeah, I wish we could do something about that camera, but it's all right. Because you just look like we just let a little dwarf come up to our podcast desk.
Ours look vibrant and good. Hers look
Quietly
dull.
wobbly along.
Hers look dull and just.
What just happened?
Whoa.
What happened?
Hit one of the camera boys, girl. She trying to cut the show early.
We're
All right.
back.
Anyways, so what was I saying? Some powerful things.
You was talking about you
Powerful
and then you
statement.
checking
Yes.
yourself.
See, God don't want me to talk about my negativity on the
He
show.
don't. He
He
don't.
wants me to hide it because it's not important.
I'm
No, it's
dead.
fine. But
Wait.
I noticed. I said, "Yo, I be talking too much sometimes. Like, I am constantly trying
Bless
to.
him, Lord.
I'm trying to constantly evaluate, like, how other people. Like, of course, you can do this to the extreme too. You can be so caught up in how people see you that you can be anxious. But I just want to see how people see me in a sense, so I can relate to people, so I can understand people, so I'm not taking up too much of their time. I try to give them options, like, yo, I mean, I know you probably got stuff you got to do, so I'm not trying to hold you. I'm not trying to keep you too long, but I'm just gonna say da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Usually can tell. I feel like usually can tell when people start saying yeah. three to 8 times, somebody says, yeah, or They start doing that, and they not really engaging back in the conversation. Usually means they don't want to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they don't
Yeah.
want to be in this conversation.
Or if they start kind of hitting that,
See, Carla
they start
making some
kind of
good
hitting the
points.
2-step on to the right, and you start talking from a longer distance away. That probably means they trying to
Yeah.
get out of
They
there.
might.
Yeah, they start
They
walking
might
back, and
start
you
itching,
talking to them, and they halfway across, and you like, yeah, but so what I was saying, they
What if I
still,
just disappeared out the podcast?
Okay.
yeah, just leave it on 3.
All right.
But
So let me bring up this verse real quick.
okay,
So Matthew 23:23. That's where we're starting. Woe to you, because this is, everybody knows this when we talk about scribes and Pharisees. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. That's a key word, hypocrites. He's describing who they are. For you pay tithe of mint and anise, I don't know how to say that word, and cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, justice and mercy and faith. These you ought to have done without leaving the others undone. Blind guides who strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees,